Camaro.
Marco.
Where's the Camaro at? Challenger. Challenger. Camaro. Challenger. Camaro. Challenger. Camaro. Muscle cars?
They're gone. They're all gone.
Whoa.
Wow, look at that.
That's
They got this
new
figured
Mustang?
out, don't they? And it's a Mustang. And it's the last one.
It is. It's the last one.
Or are they just beginning?
There's no way this still has a V8, right?
Right?
Whoa.
Is that active exhaust from the factory? Check this thing out. And the taillights.
Wow. Whoa.
Serious. Really?
It's still a V8. This is it. This is the new Ford Mustang, the 2024 fully redesigned Ford Mustang. The Challenger, it's gone. They're getting rid of it.
Right.
The Camaro, it's gone. They're getting rid of it. The V8 is trying to leave the car community, yet Ford came out with this. Built for enthusiasts, this is the new Ford Mustang GT. And today, we're gonna dive deep and look at exactly what is new and the last muscle car in the world.
Excited. That was one of the cool party tricks that the Mustang has to offer. The active exhaust and revving.
Yes,
from the
which
key fob.
you can only do with the 10-speed automatic, which
like it.
this comes with a 6-speed manual transmission. We're gonna talk about that a little bit today. Let's get into it. Hello everybody and welcome to Performance on Wheels. My name is Austin. This is my dad, Todd, and we make all types of different car videos. Now, before we get into this Mustang, I would like to give a quick shout out to Apple Autos for supplying the Mustang in today's video. If you guys are interested in purchasing a new Ford Mustang, they have a few available. So check out the link down in the description below. And if you guys are interested in checking out all types of different Ford, Chevy, Dodge, Chrysler, whatever brand content you guys are looking at, be sure to check out the link down in the description below, where I will be posting lots of cool videos on Apple Auto's website. Now, let's get into this, the 2024 fully redesigned Ford Mustang.
Yeah, let's get after it. Well, Austin, I think it just might be time for Daddy to get a new pair of shoes, because the last time I got a new pair of shoes, we claimed that we found the best sports car that you could buy brand new for under $50,000, and that car was the 2022 BMW M240i, which you can no longer get for under $50,000 as the starting MSRP, but there is something new on the market that might be worth mentioning that has an MSRP of under $50,000.
And that is the 2024 Ford Mustang GT. That is right, the GT with the legendary 5-liter Coyote dual overhead cam.
Horsepowers.
Dual overhead cam V8. The MSRP on these starts under $50,000 with that legendary motor. Not only that, but you can hook it up to a 6-speed manual transmission or a 10-speed automatic like we're looking at today. However, the one we are looking at today is not under $50,000. Nope, we are looking at a $55,000 Ford Mustang today. Unfortunately, we don't have a whole lot of options, as these are brand spanking new right now.
Right.
So we got what we could get.
But what is important to know is the options that are on this Mustang, if you are an enthusiast, and that's hopefully you're watching this video because you are an enthusiast and you love driving cars, I would say the options on this one are must-have options to enjoy the Mustang to its full potential. Talking on the options really quick, first of all, the black color, the shadow black. It's not my favorite color on the Mustang. I think there are other colors that show kind of the shadows and the body lines better, but what I do like about it is the fact that it blends and kind of makes the black plastic trim, which can look cheap on some other colors.
Yeah, it blends in and it looks really good.
Here. So some of the options that I think are must-haves are the fact that there is the 19-inch Brembo brake package, which with the aluminum wheels there, like, I think it looks awesome because it makes those red brake calipers really pop. But I don't know that I'd like those wheels if it didn't have those massive brakes.
The wheels are a little bit meh, but there's a ton of different wheel options that do look really good on this car. But yeah, I agree, those brakes are an absolute must. Another thing I think is a must, which does bring it above $50,000, unfortunately, is the fact that this is a premium.
Yeah.
So you could get a GT Fastback or a GT Fastback Premium, and the GT Fastback has a slightly different infotainment system, a little bit smaller screens. It still looks cool. but you do get a lot of additional features on there standard with the premium. However, this one, on top of being the premium, has Equipment Group 401A, which I don't think is worth it. I don't think Equipment Group 401A is worth it.
Goodies, and I don't know that there's anything of super good value. Premier trim, security package, Ford 360 Plus.
Yeah.
So, and some built-in nav stuff. I don't think it's worth $3,000. I think what you do need to keep in mind is the $1,225 active exhaust on the GT. Let's listen to that right now.
We're going to start by going over the exterior design of the Mustang, moving to the interior, then driving. But something that we're going to do that's kind of fun in today's video, towards the end, we're actually going to take this Mustang to a public local car show. And this is probably one of the first Mustangs around. This was our first delivery at Apple Valley Ford of the new S650. So I'm very curious to hear some in-person comments of people seeing this in person,
we'll
for the first time.
Anything with it. It's real time. We haven't even taken the footage at this point in the video, so we'll see what we can come up with.
Yeah.
That's exciting. And talking about the Mustang, like when I originally saw it, I thought this car was awesome. I love the
they released it with the Dark Horse.
Yeah, looking really good in photos. I saw the first one in person at a car show. It was kind of at a distance and it was roped off. And I don't know if it was just the wrong trim or the wrong color.
It was a convertible.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
That's what the issue was. And I was just like, yeah, it's okay. It looked better in the pictures. But now being able to see a few different colors and a few different GT trims in person, I'm back to really thinking this car is pretty gnarly. And that starts with up front. Obviously, we have that bigger, wider grille, the big openings that help with drag. And the new headlights, I mean, they absolutely killed those.
They look really good. The whole front end of this car has a very, very awesome presence to it. I really, really dig it. The new hood design, the new front fenders. I love the design of this car, and even the back end of it. The way it is very similar to the previous gen, but just the way that they kind of shrunk the taillights and stubbed it up, it looks so good. It really does at so many different angles. But it's one thing I find interesting. I'm going to try to pick this up on camera. No, when all the Motor Trend, Car and Driver, all those things came out, everybody was talking about how this looked like the Camaro. But obviously there was the jokes, what Camaro? Because it's gone now.
Right.
But
see ya.
But if you actually look at it at this angle here, holy cow, it looks identical to a Chevy Camaro. And I mean identical. Like the curve to the taillight here, this back window and this quarter panel, it is so unbelievably similar. It actually blows my mind.
Thank goodness there's other parts of the Mustang that we can look at, because you go around to the back and you look at the taillights, and I think they're pretty awesome.
Oh, I don't think it looks bad by any means. I just think I'm very surprised at how unbelievably similar it does look.
For sure.
Yeah, I think it looks great at literally every angle, and when you get into the interior, it gets even better.
Right.
First impressions behind the wheel of the 2024 Ford Mustang. Out of all the other generations of Mustangs that I have been behind the wheel of, this is the most driver-oriented feeling interior that I have ever felt. The sitting position is killer. I absolutely love it. The steering wheel's 9'3" with a flat bottom is very, very comfortable. The way that those dash screens kind of tilt towards the driver, and kind of the whole dash itself tilts towards the driver, is just very driver-oriented feeling. I feel like I am in control of this entire vehicle. I don't feel it's like some flat panel. It's wrapped around me. I feel like I'm in a cockpit. I really like it. This Mustang does feature that 10-speed automatic transmission, and I got to admit, I'm a fan just like I was in the last gen. It's really, really snappy, up and down shifts. It's just a really good transmission that Ford has to offer here. Granted, I would personally prefer the 6-speed manual, but for an automatic option, It's really good. Ford has done a fantastic job with the overall customization and everything that you get with the gauges. Like, I currently have the Fox body gauges on here, but not only that, but like changing drive mode animations, they look so good. It looks very professional. Kind of reminds me a lot of like the new Hummer EV. They're really cool. I dig it a lot, and it just makes it kind of a cool experience behind the wheel. One thing I do not enjoy about this interior versus the last generation is everything when it comes to climate control, heated seats, heated steering wheel is done through a display. There's no physical buttons at all, and physical buttons are just not only more enjoyable to use, but they're more intuitive, they're quicker responding, and these just take a bit longer to get used to and a bit longer to get a quick action done out of. I really like the functionality of them, and I think it is quite easy to use, but I just really like physical buttons more, to be honest with you.
It was definitely fun to see people's reactions at the car show. There's a lot of people that weren't just turning their heads. They were doing double and triple takes, as well as full laps around the car and taking pictures of the car themselves. So that was really fun to see. I will say, a handful of years ago, I think you and I were at the LA Auto Show, and that is what the public thought was the future of the Mustang. And I have to applaud Ford for not being done quite yet with only, although a good option. Come on, it's not a Mustang. This is the Mustang rear-wheel drive.
Yeah, I'm still a little bit curious on why they use the Mustang logo on these. Don't get me the wrong, the Mach-E's a great electric car.
It is.
Just curious why it's not just the Mach-E. It's called the Light, or the Mustang Mach-E. I'm not 100% sure, but it doesn't really matter. This is the Mustang that we all wanted, and it's the Mustang we all got. So I'm glad that Ford stuck with that 5-liter V8 and didn't turn us to be all electric. But yeah, the car show was a lot of fun. We were using the remote feature to rev it when some people were behind it. That was kind of fun and cool to see.
Definitely like some of the gimmicks that come with it.
Yeah.
Even like the little light show. Give them a little flash here as I'm
absolutely.
talking. With
We
walking
unlock
up
it.
to the car. And I like the fact that the designers of the Mustang, they put in these little quirks that which catch your eye. They're fun. Not only with like the parking lights or the daytime running lights, both in the front and the rear, but there's also similar, we'll call them gimmicks on the inside with the animations, but not just the animations. They incorporate like the door chime into that beautiful sounding B&O sound system. It's quite clever. It's no longer like the annoying
It's actually,
door chime.
I know you don't have as much seat time as I do,
Right.
but all of the chimes and everything are the same as the Mach-E.
Oh, cool. Very good. I like it. Well done. Another observation I had on the car show as it was kind of maneuvering through the crowd and the sun was going down was how cool this shadow black color does look. So I kind of take back one of my previous comments that when the sun's going down and how the whole back panel in between the taillights blends in, it looks pretty cool. It looks menacing. The animation that the taillights bring to it, it's a cool looking car. And then you throw the gnarly exhaust note in there. It definitely
sounds
draws
really
some
good.
attention. Yeah,
To be a stock car, like, I'm really surprised they got away with it
Right.
with today's regulations and stuff. This thing sounds mean.
I'm totally with you on the 10-speed. The 10-speed is a good transmission, but me personally, it just feels wrong in a car that has a soundtrack like that, meaning from the exhaust,
Yeah.
and not being able to shift my own gears.
No, I
and being
agree.
able
I
to
think
hit my
the
third pedal.
6-speed is definitely better suited for this car. And with that 6-speed, you get something really cool called the drift brake. Something interesting about the drift brake, you got to check one out before it went to a new customer, just as it got delivered. The drift brake is basically you pull it in certain drive modes, and it acts as a hydraulic e-brake, which is super, super cool. It does not have a locking mechanism when you pull it up. So when you're engaging your e-brake like you would in a manual, it actually acts like an electronic parking brake. So you pull it up, it engages, and then you push it down forward, and it disengages like an electronic parking brake. And then there's just no locking mechanism. It's kind of weird.
And just to be clear, you don't get that on the automatic, right?
Correct.
That's only
Yep.
the manual
Yep.
that you get that. So you get the fun, gimmicky auto start with revving if you get the automatic. But if you get the manual, you get the
drift
fun
brake.
drift brake. Right?
Yeah.
So you
No, it's
give and
pretty cool.
take there.
Yeah.
It's awesome that they don't just take away all the party tricks from you. They give you something regardless of what option you're going with on that transmission.
So I think we can both agree that the exterior of the Mustang, I think they absolutely nailed.
Yep.
This is a amazing upgrade over the last generation. The last generation looked fantastic, and they made it better. So
Yeah.
I think they did a great job with that. Now let's talk about the interior, hopping into the Mustang here. I love the seats. They're super comfortable. They hug you well. Here in the GT Premium, the quality of leather is pretty solid. Yeah, I really like the seats.
They're definitely suited that you can be comfortable on a smaller frame as well as a bigger frame. So they definitely accommodate a wide variety of body types, which is nice. At the same time, they are supportive. You can do long trips in this, which is great, still having that 480 horsepower with the ability on that 10-speed to, pretty sure you could see over 30 miles per gallon. We didn't get a chance to actually prove that, but I'm pretty sure that would be a thing without hesitation on the Mustang in the real world.
And how was the back seat? Similar to previous years?
The back seat is a complete joke, being a 6-foot-tall adult. Getting in the front seat, it's awesome. You can move that front seat all the way back to the point where my long legs can't even touch the floor, and that's really cool. However, even putting the front seat forward as much as you want and still being able to be comfortable up front, being 6 feet tall, getting in the back, it's a complete joke. It really is. The process isn't easy, and your head is completely cocked. So it's unusable space only for a child. No option of an adult over, I'd say, 5'6", even pretending to get back there.
Now, what is really nice is even though our back seats suck, we do still have a pretty solid amount of trunk space in the back of the new Mustang. It is still a practical grand touring 2-person car for a cross-country road trip or just a getaway weekend. There's plenty of room.
There's a lot of things that I could really critique and get down to the nitty-gritty on, yeah, they could have done this, or boy, I wish they would have done that. But you know what? I'm not going to spend the time, because we live in this era where this is going away, and I don't want it to go away. I want this to be an option for enthusiasts to buy new off the lot.
I can't speak negatively about it, because Ford is the only company that now makes a sports car.
It's well done.
The Challenger's still coming, or still here right now, but it's going away. The Camaro's done.
For a car that has a lot of computers in it, there's no denying that. They did a really good job of still engaging and involving the driver and letting you have a good experience. In 24, they did that steering rack is a little quicker, so you can feel that difference when you're going into turns. We didn't really push the car too hard, if at all, because this is going to be someone's car. We were just experiencing it, but you can feel the heart of this car, which I really appreciate.
No, I do too.
We did start the video talking about what the best sports car under $50,000. We might have a slight difference of opinion, but I want to say that, like, the matrix in my head make this a very close competition, and I always like being transparent on this. This is a fantastic car. I don't want to take away from that, but here's my opinion, and I know we already talked about this, so I know our opinions are different. This is the car I want for 48 hours of ownership, and this is also the car I want for like 10 years of ownership. But everything in between that, I would choose the M240i over this still, having put 10,000 miles on the M240i, as being the best car under $50,000. And I know you, being 20 years younger than me, have a difference of opinion there.
Yeah, I would take the Mustang any day over the M240i.
Down, right?
Everything about it. The sound is fantastic. The overall sitting position and feel, I think, is better. Honestly, the tech is better now. And I just think it's awesome. I really, really like the new Mustang. I think it is more of a fun-oriented vehicle opposed to a comfort-oriented vehicle. I really, really like this thing, and I think Ford nailed it. I think this is the new best car under 50 grand.
I like it. I'll go with you, just because I like you.
Yeah.
It's a pretty fantastic car.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun checking this thing out tonight. If you guys are interested in some more videos or have any more questions, be sure to comment down below. Be sure to check that link in the description below. Here at Apple Valley Ford, if you guys are interested, this Mustang here is currently available at MSRP. So there is a link down below to this Mustang as well. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll look forward to seeing you guys next time.